So they hid. One of them hid under, I think it was a log. And it's like every movie you've ever seen. And the goat herder comes over and he steps on this log and stands on top of this log. And one of the seals is under it, and they're thinking, don't look down, just don't look down. Because he knew if he looked down, he'd have to kill him. Because they couldn't afford to be exposed. Just before he looks down, somebody else steps on the log, and it is the goat herder's son, a young boy. Now he's thinking, oh, dear God, don't look down. He looks down, and he sees the Navy SEAL. They capture both of them, and they hold them. And then they debate. Now, Marcus has never told me, and I have not asked. I just know that Marcus is never going to tell which one said, don't kill them. Might have been Marcus. I don't know. But they have a code. If you are in that situation, you've got to kill people. You've got to do it or you'll be exposed. And then the whole mission is in jeopardy. One of them said, we can't kill a child. And because they're Americans, and they are the best of us, and they are not baby killers, they're not anything what the media or the left tries to make these people. This is the quintessential example that they are not that. They were just there looking for the Taliban. They didn't want to kill the goat herder. And so they meet, the four of them, and they say, what are we going to do? Three of them say, we must kill them. One says, no. They agreed when they got into the discussion. If one objects, we all are going to go with it. We've got to be unanimous. We have to move as one. They decide, let him go. And they let these two go. They get down the hill, and then they see them break into a run, and they're going to warn. And so they know, oh, dear God, we made the wrong decision. They're going to tell the Taliban where we are. Before they know it, they are surrounded by 2,500 Taliban, 4 Navy SEALs. They find a ravine, and they start to climb down this ravine. Now, they're in the, you want high ground, not low ground. They got to get out of there. They're trapped. And they get down into this ravine. Now, 2,500 Taliban are now on the rim of this ravine. And so they're shooting down. It's like shooting in a fish tank. They're just shooting down at the SEALs. 4 of them. The radio, the communications was destroyed on the way out. So they can't call for backup. They can't call for help. Michael Murphy has the sat phone. But because they're in a ravine, they can't get a signal. Michael Murphy looks at Marcus and says, I can get a signal. Marcus knows. You can't get a signal. You're not going to get a signal. You can't get it here. You'd have to be out there, and they'll kill you there. I don't know how much of this conversation actually happened. I don't think much of it. It was understood. They knew. When he said, I can get a signal, they knew. And Michael Murphy knew. Here's a guy that every American and every American liberal should champion. A guy who's part of a team that put themselves in harm's way where they didn't have to be because they wouldn't shoot a child. And that child and father turned on them for their kindness. Because they truly are not killers, because they truly are decent Americans, decent human beings, everything we hope they will be when no one else is watching. They're standing there alone, just the four of them. No one will ever know. The four of them could keep the secret. Yeah, we killed a child. And it goes against their protocol to not kill the child. But these three men, armed to the teeth, capable of killing me before I even turn around, and they don't need a single bit of ammunition. They let him go and put themselves in harm's way. And then, for his brothers, he gets a signal. As he's making the call in the middle of this fishbowl, the Taliban, 2,500 of them, are riddling his body. He says, "Roger that. Thank you." Ends the call. The end. Michael Murphy died making the phone call. In the end, the only one that survived was Marcus Luttrell. All three of his buddies died. Marcus Luttrell got out because of heroes, and Michael Murphy is not the only one. They sent a plane. They sent a helicopter. It crashed. How many people died? Because these Navy SEALs are not killers. They're professionals. How many people sacrifice their life because of the one decision to be compassionate? Courage and compassion. Michael Murphy had both. Courage and compassion. They're naming a warship after him today. Warship is probably the wrong word for any ship named after Michael Murphy. A protector. A ship of protection. A ship of courage and compassion. But warship isn't the right word. Not only to Michael Murphy and his family, but to all Navy SEALs, the ones that risked their lives this last weekend and have risked their lives for years, to all special forces and the untold number of stories of courage and compassion, to all those that serve and wear our uniform, we salute you. We thank you. You are the best of us. May we be a country that is worthy of your example. Not an Insider Extreme member yet? What are you waiting for? Sign up today at glennbeck.com/extreme.